Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. I'm going to use my animal oracle cards. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, the links are down below. All right, so again, the cards are flying out. Struggling with being playful. All right. What do you need to focus on? Set healthy boundaries. Okay. And then energies that want to come in. Be loyal to what you love. And time for beginner mind. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Let's grab these cards here. I kind of feel like let's go with these cards. No, let's go back to these. Don't overthink it, right, Jill? All right. What is Capricorn struggling with being playful? All right. I almost feel like you have a really funny, playful side. And I feel like it's almost like you're hiding that. I feel like you're not sharing that. I feel like you're overthinking it. It could be. I also feel like maybe in your life you need to have that downtime more. That you're struggling with, you're struggling with finding time for yourself, for what makes you happy, what makes you, it's almost like bringing that lighter side of yourself out. I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities. I feel like you have a lot going on. But I also feel like sometimes you have to stop and smell the roses. I feel like sometimes you need to realize within yourself that you have to stop and smell the roses, that you have to reward yourself for your hard work, that you have to do those things that make you happy. You have to do those things that make you feel fun and light and free. And this is a choice that is totally yours. Because if it's something that's important to you, you'll make that time for it. So what do you need to look at is set healthy boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries as to your time, and setting those boundaries to where, yeah, you can set a bunch of time for other people or for work or for chores or for whatever those things are, but you also have to set those boundaries to where, okay, I need X amount of time per week or day for me to just have that wind down time. With work, right? Definitely with work. We have the Hierophant, and then we have the Fool. So I feel like having that, I almost feel like it's feeling more grounded, because what you need to look at is the Fool and new beginnings. And the Fool is silly, right? The Fool does foolish things. He's silly. He doesn't care. He does what he wants. He just has fun. And he has a light energy to himself. And there's a situation that you have to see how you have to set healthy boundaries, and what does that mean for you? Setting boundaries in what way? Sometimes, like I always say, is asking ourselves those questions as, okay, it says I have to set boundaries, so let me think about what areas in my life do I need to set boundaries with, right? What am I spending too much time? What triggers me in a negative way? What is making me exhausted? What is making me tired? And how can I set those boundaries? Is it people that I'm surrounding myself with? Is it working too much? Do I have to set those boundaries to lighten some of my workload? Or do I have to say, okay, for X amount of time I have to deal with this, but I know that I'm making changes to lighten my load, right? To lighten my what it is that I'm focusing on. Energy that wants to come in for you, it says be loyal to what you love. So I feel like you're getting away from what you love. And I feel like you love to be playful, you love to be silly, you love to have fun, you love to be in that energy, and you've gotten away from it. And it says time for beginner mind, which is coming in for you. It's like, it's that new perspective and how you're seeing things. And again, King of Pentacles is somebody who is very smart, he's very intelligent, he is very driven, he doesn't give up, he's persistent. We have the Death card, Scorpio, and then we have the World card. So I feel like it's being on top of the world, right? Feeling successful. Death card is letting go of what is holding you back, but it's also that transformation. So I feel like there's a lot of changes that are coming in for you, but it's because you're setting those healthy boundaries. You're saying, hey, there's a part of me that I'm not exploring, or I'm not being, or I'm not feeling, right? That I need to get past that. That I need to get back to that energy. And then we have the Five of Swords, where he has his sword up in the air, which I love this card because it's like feeling victorious and feeling like, okay, I'm leaving behind what doesn't work for me. I'm doing what makes me happy. I'm bringing that energy back into my life. Life is too short to always, you have to have that time for yourself that you enjoy, be loyal to what you love, whatever that is, even if it's just, taking your dog for a walk. Maybe that's something that you always use, or taking your dog to the dog park, right? Not only is it fun for you, but it's fun for your dog. Maybe that's something that you always used to do that you haven't been able to do anymore for whatever reason. So it's like, you know what, I'm going to spend an hour, and I'm going to spend 30 minutes. I'm going to go to the dog park with my dog, right? And I'm going to have fun. And you're laughing, and your dog's being silly, and your dog's loving it, right? It's just so doing those things, I feel like we don't realize how much we get away from those things when life becomes too heavy. And those are, those are the fun memories that you can start building, right? About how you had so much fun with your dog, or taking your dog to the lake or the beach, or, have your dog run around on the beach. Like, I love seeing dogs at the beach. They're having so much fun. Six of Swords. We have the Ace of Cups. And then we have the Two of Swords, and we have the King of Pentacles again. I feel like it might have to do with, maybe it's starting a business. I feel like with the King of Pentacles coming in for the future energies, and then kind of this final message, I feel like it's don't giving up on those things that you love to do that make you happy. Maybe it's starting a new business. Maybe it's doing a side hustle or a side business or something like that. Like, you have fun doing something. I feel like it's new. I feel like your cup runs over. I feel like with emotions and happiness, I kind of feel like you're realizing, okay, I have to spend more time doing this because this is what makes me happy, and it's that forward movement, and you feel calmer, right? When you have that time where you can just have fun and just, turn off your phone and just, for 30 minutes or whatever, and just say, I just want to have fun, and I don't want to deal with the heaviness of everything that you have going on, that life feels calmer, that you feel better, you have less anxiety, you have less stress, you feel just, take that deep breath, and you're able to release. I do feel this is something that takes time because we have the moon here, but it's like, if you recognize it and you see it, and you have to set those healthy boundaries, and you have to make these changes, that if you see, okay, yeah, I've got to do this, I've got to start doing it, if and then you take the actions to make it happen, then you're progressing, and you're moving forward, and you're making these changes. All right. I don't know why I always get the hiccups when I do readings. Let's grab a numerology card. Love it. How perfect is that? Self-love. That's what this reading is about, is self-love. Setting healthy boundaries, be loyal to what you love, being playful, having fun, focusing on those things that make you happy, letting go of what holds you back, having that transformation and those change, and just doing that self-love and that self-care, whatever that represents for you. Like, I think I said, for me, I've just been buying some flowers, and I put them out on my counter, and I absolutely love them. They make me feel happy. It's one of those positive triggers, which someone had referred to as glimmers. So it's those glimmers, right? You have those little glimmers of that positive energy around you. And if that brings you that self-love, because you're looking out for yourself, because you're saying, hey, that makes me happy, so I'm going to do that for myself. Okay, so let's grab a Star Dragons for this reading. I do not know what was going on today with the cards falling out all over the place. Inspiration, again, what inspires you, what motivates you, what drives you. Asking yourself those questions. All right. Let's see. Choice, understanding consequences. Understanding consequences if you don't set healthy boundaries, right? If you don't do the self-love, if you don't do the self-care, if you're not loyal to what it is that you love, right? If you don't look out for yourself. And then rebirth, giving yourself a second chance. Definitely. Love that. I feel like that, again, goes with the self-love. Not being so hard on yourself if you've made choices or decisions, or you haven't set those boundaries, or you haven't focused on that self-love, or you've made some decisions or choices that you feel frustrated with, but say, okay, what can I learn from this situation, and what can I take, what positive takes can I have from this, and I need to leave behind the negative because I don't want to drag that forward with me. I want to have that freedom. I want to have that lightness, right? We all make mistakes, right? Being in that energy is we all make mistakes. We all make choices that we're like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Or why did I do that? Let's grab a wisdom of the oracle. We have truth be told. Truth be told, take off the mask, right? The owl is standing on the mask. The owl represents wisdom and opening the door to what's really going on here, right? The truth of this situation as to what's really going on and what's really happening, and what is it that you can focus on and what is it that you can work on. Let's grab this one. We have here and now. Looking, right? Not living in the past. Sometimes, right? Not living in the past and not always trying to get to the next day, the next week, the next month, right? Being in the future. Yes, it's good to plan for the future and kind of have that path you want to go on. But if you're always like you're skipping, trying to get through every day and rush through it, or every week or every month, but it's being in the here and now and being playful and being loyal to what you love and saying, what are those changes that I need to make so that I have a more fulfilling life, right? And I have that self-love. And being here now, what can you change now? What can you change today? What can you do for yourself today? All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.